You see, that's your problem. You're spoiled. Ain't got to wrong with that bed in there. But go ahead, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more. No, I'm just joking, grandson. But be careful, because you know them young girls out there gonna try to get you. And make sure you come back and visit me and your mama.
So as y'all could probably tell from the intro, the wait for me is finally over. It was time for me to get out my grandparents' crib because it was crammed and I could not get no sleep. So I hit up my dad and he was able to pull a few strings and give me a nice crib out here about 20 minutes away from my grandparents. So I'm finally moving out and I'm gonna catch y'all when I'm in there and settled. So here we are in a new crib. Luckily I didn't have a lot of stuff with me, so the move-in process was smooth. And this is more like it. Nice luxury spot, plenty of space, and I finally feel like I can get some sleep. And on top of all that, it's closer to campus. I'm gonna be able to sleep in a little more too. But then again, that's only on the days I don't have morning classes. And speaking of classes, man, it's still gonna take some getting used to. As y'all know, I was out for a while after high school. But on the bright side, I'm starting to get noticed on campus after my performances. I've been talking to coach, and as far as my position, everything look real good right now. But as I said before, I'ma stay level-headed because we only 2 games deep into the season. And our next opponent gonna try to knock us off track. Game number 3 of the season, we up against Wisconsin, and this should be a good one. First play of the game, I throw a quick check down to Glover to pick up a small gain of 5. The very next play, we'll lose some yards as they get through that O-line pretty easy and bring me down for the sack. I end up having to take off for that first down on the 3rd and 17, which I wouldn't be able to get, so we have to punt the ball off. They go down and score a field goal, and on the 2nd and 6, that pass rusher gets me again, forcing me to throw an incomplete ball. On the 3rd and 6, we need that first down, and I look downfield, and I throw a beautiful pass right in his hands, but he's not able to hold on to it through the contact, forcing us to punt once again. Luckily, they don't score, but their defense is doing their job with another pass rush, forcing me to get rid of it. On the 2nd and 10, they got the whole offense on straps, but I'm gonna use my legs to get out of there. When I see daylight, it's dangerous as I make my way past the first down mark, hoping to get us some energy. And things will start to look better for our offense, catching my tight end on a flat, and he's able to break tackles and make his way into the end zone. They go down and score another field goal, making the score 6-7. They send another blitz, which started off looking promising for them. I'm able to shake and bake my way out of those tackles and make a highlight reel, type that you'll only see in college football, making my way up to the 55 before being brought down. After that huge play, I was hyped and tapped in. On a crucial 3rd and 14, I take the snap, and going through my progressions, I find my receiver open downfield. So I let it fly, and he catch a mean body to get us 1 yard out from the end zone. I gotta see that catch again and peep the accuracy. We finished that drive off by me squeezing my way through the defense to get us another touchdown. After that drive, we got all the Michigan fans and the team turned up. The score is still being 14-6. The defense is not giving up, as y'all can see from me taking this sack. And it didn't take long for the momentum to switch back to their side. On the 3rd and 10, I couldn't find nobody open, so I try to do whatever I can to convert that first down, which winds up incomplete. Next drive, and they still don't score, but my time in the pocket keep getting thinner and thinner, and that defense is on their P's and Q's. And on another 3rd and 10, I try to scramble my way out of trouble, but wind up getting sacked. And when I tell you the O-line was invisible, I couldn't make nothing work. But on that 2nd and 10, I finally found my guy Brown downfield for a big gain. The very next play, I let it fly downfield again to my halfback this time, but he looked like a receiver catching another mean body getting us close to the end zone. He would be rewarded off of this handoff, snagging him a touchdown. We go up 21-6. They offense slowed down, but they defense a different story as I get rushed again, but I'm able to make my way up past the first down this time. Coach called that read option, and you know I'm gonna cook off of that, breaking away and picking up another 10 yards. We double up with that read option. I make the correct read and take off, getting past the defense for another 10 yards. And we end up turning up on the Badgers. I found my tight end open in that end zone, snag another touchdown. 4th quarter, and Wisconsin finally score again, but I come back that next drive, moving us down the field pretty quick. They send another pass rush, but I catch my tight end open last minute and get rid of it. He comes down with the completion and brings us up to the 10-yard mark. And we killed them on this drive, getting us back into that end zone. We end up beating them 35-14, starting the season off 3-0. But our next game gonna be a real test. We at home going up against the Ohio State Buckeyes, looking to pull off our 3rd huge upset. So they go down and score, and we start the game off with a read option, which I'm able to pick up 6 yards from. Very next play, we'll pick up that first down off of this dot to the halfback, getting us up past the 40. But on a 3rd and 7, I get met with a vicious pass rush. And I try my best to escape, but there's nowhere to go, so I'm forced to get rid of it, putting us in position to punt the ball off. Our defense is able to keep them from scoring, but on this 2nd and 12, y'all can see the defense is all over me swatting this pass. Trying to get that first down, I go my tight end's way, but end up throwing an interception, giving them incredible field position. And I just knew that was a bad one, but I ain't lose no hope. But some way, somehow, they don't score, not even a field goal. On the first play of that next drive, I end up scrambling out and connecting with my receiver for a short amount of yards. And on the very next play, the coach called my number. I make the right option, keeping it and taking off downfield, getting past that defender, leaving him in the dust and taking my way to the 20, 10, getting in that end zone to get our first touchdown of the game. The crowd was going absolutely crazy, and I built my confidence back up after throwing that interception early in the game. But they go down and score again. We're facing a 3rd and 3, and you know I'm looking to get that first down, which I'm able to do. But I end up getting flashbacks as I re-injured that same shoulder I told y'all about earlier. Now luckily, after the trainers looked at it, it was just a small tweak and I'll be able to re-enter the game. As for right now, we got the backup in. Y'all see that pressure just got to him. Now you can tell he's gonna have to get back in the rhythm after nearly throwing a few picks. But eventually he made a nice read and a good pass to get us moving down that field. Eventually, he would throw a perfect ball straight to the defense, giving us our 2nd turnover in the game. And by the start of the 3rd quarter, they up 21, and we still stuck at 7. But we started to gain hope again off of this reception, a yard short of the end zone. And on the 2nd and goal, the backup QB ended up taking matters into his own hands and scoring another touchdown, making it 14-21. They don't score, and the backup puts a drive together to get us close to that red zone. Looking to tie the game up, he throws another interception. This one being worse than the last as he makes his way all the way back to the end zone with a very crucial pick six. But he comes back and puts a few good plays together, getting us down that field, and we start to gain hope again. But then he takes off and ends up fumbling, but we was able to recover it. And later he would find a tight end. He receives it and brings us up right by the end zone, dives for it, but he's a yard short. Not to worry though, because our halfback gonna run it in himself, cutting the lead down to only 1 touchdown. They go down and score again, and I'm finally checked back in the game. My mindset is pulling off another upset. And I start this drive off firing off a tight pass to the wideout, which he's able to complete for a gain of 12. The very next play, that defense get after me, and I go down with a sack. I come back in the game not looking like myself, having to get rid of this one. And the very next play is just more of the same, forcing us to punt the ball off. They go down and score again, and I'm met with a mean pass rush, setting us back 17 yards. I end up finding my receiver, and he comes down with a nice grab, bringing us up close to the first down mark. On this first down that we need to convert, scramble out the pocket and throw a horrible ball that winds up intercepted again, giving me my 2nd interception of the game. They end up tacking on a field goal, and I'm trying to get anything to go at this point. Nothing's going, and the game is definitely wrapped. So we take our first loss of the season with the score being 45-21. And I had the worst performance I've had in a very long time. So after that game, man, I was disappointed, upset, and everything in between. But a few of my old high school teammates and my family reached out to me telling me to keep my head up. And also one of my teammates reached out to me, but he said something different. He sent me the link to a video of a sports analyst giving his opinion on me and told me to watch it. He told me that he was talking crazy, so I'm finna see what he had to say.
All right, so we're talking about a kid that missed, a little over a year of football and then decided to walk on. Now, yes, I know he was a 5-star prospect coming out of high school, and I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I'm just saying personally, I feel as though he's been placed in the spotlight way too soon. I mean, yes, he was able to pull off 3 big wins, and 2 of which were big upsets, which is, good. Especially being that Michigan State only won 2 games last season, so I could see why everyone is on board for him. But I don't know, to me, it seems as though this is more of a hot streak rather than a longevity thing. Now, we all just witnessed Ohio State's defense dismantling him and his offense, below 50% completion rate, and we didn't see him use his legs as much this game either. So it makes me think that did these teams, and hear me out, did these teams that he upset kind of, go out there just expecting a win and not seeing him as a threat? Because we all just saw what happens when a team goes out there with a game plan against him and his offense. And before I start hearing the, oh, he got injured in the game, yes, I'm aware, but the backup QB came in and he actually kept the game within striking distance. And then guess what? Savage enters the game in the 4th and throws his 2nd interception. So, while I do think he's an all right quarterback, I believe he was given the starter job prematurely. I feel that the coach has some evaluating to do as the year progresses. And simply put, Savage is not the guy.
Alright, now look. I know I played a horrible game, and yeah, I knew after winning 3 games back-to-back, the critics was gonna be extra hard on me. Pause, but we gotta take into account that since I've gotten to this Michigan State team, we already better than we was last year. Like he said, Michigan State only won 2 games last season, but we done already won 3, and 2 of those being crazy upsets. But it's all good, I'ma let him have that one. But after our next game, we gonna see if he still thinks Savage is not the guy. Game number 5 on the season, we up against North Carolina. As y'all know, I'm playing this game with a chip on my shoulder because I got something to prove. And I start this game off right, delivering a dot to my wideout. He's able to bring that up to the 40 before being brought down. A few plays later, I catch my tight end on the flat, and he's able to bring that in and take that up for a gain of 14. My halfback will put some work in on the ground off of this read option, taking that up past the first down mark. Very next play, I feel that pressure coming, so I roll out, looking for an open receiver, but I end up taking it in myself, putting that first 6 points on the board. And we get through that defense easy, scoring on our first drive. They still remain scoreless, and as I get hit, I release a dot, and my receiver grabs, and we gain a nice amount of yards. Very next play, I roll out the pocket to get a better angle and throw another heater to get us up at the 55. I would end up feeling that pressure once again, but instead of throwing it away, I find my halfback open, and he takes this up past the first down and keeps going to get us further down that field. Very next play, I'm going through my progressions and I find my receiver open, bringing us right outside that red zone. But on the 3rd and 10, I'm having trouble finding somebody open, and I end up getting sacked. So we settle for the field goal, but somehow we miss it. They still don't score, and we come back on the field running the read option for the first play of the drive. Y'all know how it's gonna go whenever I keep it, and I break off for a huge chunk of yards. We end up facing 3rd and 7, and we need to convert as I roll out the pocket and find my receiver wide open to get us up past that first down mark. At another 3rd and 7 in the red zone, I find my tight end open across the end zone to put us up 2 scores against UNC. Defense is able to keep them from putting any points on the board, and I find my tight end as he's able to break away from tackles and pick up around 12 yards. We marching down that field as I'm able to deliver a dot to the wideout to get us up close to the 20. And the halfback would do the rest, putting us up 3 scores against UNC. Making a statement, we up 3 tutties, and the coach called a read option as I take off, break some defenders, and make my way up past the first down mark. Very next play, I would deliver a beam to the tight end. He turns it into a big gain, stiff arming the defender before being brought down at the 40. But we don't score on that last drive, and they do, making it a 2-touchdown game, but I find my receiver downfield, pulling this one in and getting us down at the 50. Coming back from halftime, we in bad field position, but I changed that, delivering a dot to the wideout for a gain of around 25. A few plays later, I'm scrambling out the pocket and make a pass on the run. Winds up complete, and he takes it up to the 50. I see my receiver on the left side with a go route. It was a risky ball, but I air it out to him. He comes down with it, putting us in the red zone. I would then find my tight end unbothered in the end zone for another TD, giving us a 3-touchdown lead again. UNC don't score, and we on a 3rd and 12. I air it out once again, and the DB gets cooked, eating up half of that field already. A few plays later, I would find my halfback open over the top and deliver a dot to get us another TD, making it a 4-touchdown game and making a huge statement. UNC goes down and scores again, and I rack up some more yards, delivering a bomb downfield he's able to receive, break a few tackles as he makes his way to the end zone. And now it's starting to get out of hand. So we come back 10 times stronger with a statement win against UNC, looking like how we should have looked last game with the score being 42-14. I think with that performance, we shut up all the naysayers and let them know that it was just more than a hot streak. But thank y'all for tapping into my 3rd episode. That's it for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And with that being said, I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Peace.